Hi. So I'm a little bit infuriated right now because apparently you can't have 26-minute long videos on YouTube. So I'm postponing that uh, giant summary review thing for a little bit. Um, so here's a little condensed version. We'll keep it around 10 minutes, okay? Alright, so basically I'm going to tell you that if I were going to buy you a ticket to one of the Frankenstein showings, I would buy you a ticket for the one where Jonny Lee Miller is the creature. And this is because in the recorded version that they have, he's a far more consistent creature. If Cumberbatch had been a more consistent creature, which I'll go into, I would definitely buy you a ticket for his version. However, as it stands, I wouldn't spend my money to take you to that one. I'm really sorry. It's just how it is. He makes a much better creator than he does a creature, and I'm not exactly sure why. I think that there might have been some weird theater juju going on that night when they recorded his version as the creature, because it seemed like he was rushing, it seemed like everyone else was rushing, it seemed like there was just like loads of problems with it. This is not really a critique on his acting, but a critique on just the whole thing. If there were multiple mic scratches, and mic scratches infuriate me, and there were probably 6 mic scratches, and it was just awful. And then his skull cap is coming off from about 30 or 40 minutes in, it begins to come off, and by the end, it is very visibly going to come off soon. Like, the lines of his makeup on his forehead are like, there's makeup, and then skin, and then skull cap with makeup, and you can see the line, and I'm sorry. I just can't deal with it. So those things lead me to believe that it was just an off night that they recorded it. Not that there was anything particularly wrong with Cumberbatch's creature. But I'll go into that. So, this production of Frankenstein, you're really going to see it because of the creature, not really because of Frankenstein. Frankenstein's kind of a supporting character to the creature. Most of the story is taking place from the creature's point of view. The creature's actions are explained by the creature instead of interpreted by Frankenstein. So there's that, which is why it's important to have the right creature, which is why in this hypothetical world where I'm buying you a ticket, you're going to see Jonny Lee Miller. Jonny Lee Miller falls onto the stage and is immediately a child, which I'm told by my psychology major friend is actually what would happen if you reanimated a brain, because it would kind of like hard delete everything after death. And so you just have an infant brain, basically. So that's how he treats it. It's very believable. And then his creature retains all of that child-like innocence and cruelty and impulsiveness and curiosity throughout the entire thing, and loses the innocence very, very late in the play, actually. And I really like that. I really like that he manages to maintain all of this, and right up until nearly the end-ish. And Cumberbatch's creature is like half aware at the very beginning. He learns things much faster, and I didn't really like that. I kind of liked this this idea that the creature is a brand new person, not leftover bits of half a person. I don't know. I liked that. And Cumberbatch's creature, I actually thought it was very powerful that he loses that innocence very, very early on. And so then he is a rational creature that can trust and love and learn, whereas Miller's creature is impulsive and loves and hates easily, and just the contrast between those two characters is really nice to see. But again, Miller's is very much more consistent, and by consistent I mean each of the actors chose a lot of mannerisms, so there's a lot to keep track of for them, and congratulations on doing that. But Miller's mannerisms never turn off. All the little ticks that his creature has, they never quite turn off, and there's always like, if this happens, this tick will manifest, and he has that throughout. Whereas Cumberbatch's creature just Cumberbatch kind of like turns off. Like I can see it in his eyes. He's like, and now I'm gonna relax and just kind of wait for my next cue line. Oh yeah, here's a tick because that's my cue line, and I could see that, and it really bothered me. It really bothered me, and I'm not sure that that was because he was uncomfortable with his makeup or uncomfortable with other stuff. It was just for whatever reason it wasn't working. So there's that. And let's see. There are probably 5 or 6 moments where I wish that I liked Cumberbatch's creature more throughout, because basically through the play he is just kind of going like up down down up down down. And whereas Miller's creature, regardless of where you set the line, he stays on the line, and I like that a lot. So that's why I would buy you the ticket to go see him. Now, if you were buying a ticket to go see a Frankenstein, I would probably buy you either one. I'm not really sure. Probably I would buy you Cumberbatch's Frankenstein, the Dr. Frankenstein, because he he's very much more convincing both as the character, and he acts the part a lot better. And what I mean by that is when Miller is Dr. Frankenstein, he just kind of stands there and goes from place to place while also kind of sweating profusely and twitching. And he's kind of this just generic mad scientist. It's like they just did a direct lift from one of the old Frankenstein movies, which kind of doesn't make sense if you're trying to do a reboot. It's like, no. And he's got I was discussing this with a friend that Miller's Dr. Frankenstein is a sociopath deep down. Deep down, he's like, yeah, I can totally create a dude, and I don't care that I will have created another person. I won't care about the repercussions of that. And he's all wrapped up in this very fragile human existence, whereas deep down he knows that he's not normal. And Cumberbatch's Frankenstein is actually way more interesting because deep down he's a human being who doubts that he could actually do this. When he admits to the creature that the creature was just theorems and equations, you really do believe that he was just testing it to prove that it couldn't happen. And that when it does happen, he's like, oh my fucking god. And I really liked that reaction way better. Like, each of the two characters, when they get onto stage at the very beginning, it just makes it for you. Whereas when Cumberbatch is the creature and Miller is the doctor, Miller just kind of wanders on and he's like, oh well, that's scary. Ah, creature, have my coat, I'm gonna run off stage now. And it's like, no, you're not really emoting to me that you're scared shitless. That you're scared shitless that you'll spend the next 8 months in your room in Geneva. Cumberbatch's reaction as Dr. Frankenstein, however, that convinces me that I would, like, if I had that reaction, yes, I could see myself spending 8 months alone in my room. It's just way better when he does it. And Miller doesn't use the stage when he's the doctor. When he's the creature, he uses the stage. He uses the stage it's amazing. He's like rolling and tumbling and interacting and picking stuff up, and it's amazing. And then Cumberbatch's doctor is also doing that. He's like shoving tables and he's like yelling into ravines, and he makes you believe that you're really there. And he really makes you believe that this character lives in this world that you're seeing. And I don't know, maybe Miller is like some sort of stage minimalist that he doesn't touch things, but literally like the only set piece he ever touches is a curtain and a chair. And that's just like, you're just kind of wandering around the stage just saying lines. And he also, and I know that I saw the Cumberbatch one as the Doctor first, so that's kind of, unfortunately, that's headcanon, but there are some characters in it that they are supposed to be funny, and there are some lines which Cumberbatch delivers as comedic lines because of timing and such, and those are just brilliant. And it's really nice to have a little lighthearted moment before a giant dark lit, dark everything moment later on, and so that's really good. And when Miller is the Doctor, he just throws those lines away. And the same also, it seems like Cumberbatch throws away some of the funny creature things that he could have been doing, where Miller's creature is just hilarious at points, um, or you're just like good man, yeah. So it's just I don't really like how either of them really portrayed the other character when they flipped. That, not to say that they weren't good. It's just that if I was going to spend $15 or $20 and gas and get into a city where this is showing, I would not spend that money, knowing what I know now, on Frankenstein as Jonny Lee Miller as Frankenstein and Benedict Cumberbatch as the creature. I don't know what was wrong that night that they filmed that, but I definitely think something was wrong. And so, because everyone seemed to be spot on when Miller was the creature, I really liked that a lot more. And yeah, and this is despite having some other things with um, Cumberbatch's creature. That I'll share some of them with you, that I really just wish that it could have worked for me, for him being the creature, because if he'd been able to do this whole time, it would have been amazing. And the point where he apologizes to Victor Frankenstein's new bride, when he apologizes to her, you really, really believe it. And it's really, really believable, because here's this character that doesn't trust easily, and he shows that when he meets this perfect woman, that he can trust, and he can trust deeply, and that he's really, really mad at himself almost that he vowed this particular revenge on Victor Frankenstein all those months ago, and that it's just could have been way better, and it wasn't, because then he would forget what he was doing, and I don't know what was wrong. If this is coming to your area and you can see both, definitely see both if you have the money. If only one is coming to your area and you have the money, go see it. I mean, regardless of which one it is. And but yeah, if you only have the money for one and both are coming, definitely see Jonny Lee Miller as the creature. He's a far better creature. And yeah, or although if you see these and you disagree with me, please tell me on Tumblr or here on YouTube. I would love to know. Yeah, I will probably write up some of my other grievances over on Tumblr. So I'll talk to you all later. Bye.